Okay. So I just want to welcome everybody. I hope everyone's having a great day and enjoying spring. I know I am. And today we're going to talk about some coding hacks that we can do in when making custom pages. And we're going to make a custom page together today. And I think that, as you know, I'm not a coder, but I got some great tips from our professional services team on how to make some better looking custom pages with a little bit of coding that anybody can use. So if I can use it, you can use it. And so we're going to go over that. I'm going to share a doc with you that has some of that code on it, and we can go from there. So I'll share back my screen and I'll do my spiel. We do our success meetups if you're watching this on YouTube later on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 11:30 Pacific, 2:30 Eastern. And if you want to attend live, go ahead and scan the QR code and you can register and see these live. So we're going to go through our tip or our trick now, and then afterwards we'll open up for questions for anybody that might have any questions about our topic here, or if you have questions about our topic, any other topic related to KV Core. All right, so let's get out of here and get into KV Core. And so when you're making a custom page, you're going to go to your Web and IDX, your website manager, and you're going to go to custom pages right here. Now, before we go any further, I'm going to drop a couple of links in the chat. The first link I'm going to do is, we're going to talk about hacks today, but this is a really great, this one right here. And I didn't do this one, I think one of our trainers did, but I'll drop it in the chat, and it will be in the comments or the description if you're watching this on YouTube. But it's a really good basics on making custom pages, and when you make them, adding categories, and then how that happens to look on your website afterwards. So if you want that good basic knowledge, this is a really great YouTube video to watch. So I'm going to stick that in. And then I did this one a while ago. And this one is where I showed you guys how to use Canva and take the code from Canva and put it into your custom pages in KV Core so that you can make things that are really, really pretty, even though you can't code for them. So I've been doing that a lot, actually. And what I came to find out, sadly, is that if you have something kind of complex that you're making in Canva and you put it in KV Core, it looks really, really pretty on your computer. But when you look at it on a phone, what you're doing, if you think about it, even though the page is interactive, like you can put buttons and you can put video or you can do whatever, it's still all one frame if you think about it. And so when you're looking at it on a phone, it's not going to react the same way that web pages normally react so that you can still read it. Like if you have a bunch of print on there and you put it on the phone, it's going to like squeeze it down. It's going to be tiny, and you're not going to be able to read it. So if you're just doing like a graphic or something with like some buttons on there, I think that's still a great way to go on Canva. But if you're putting a lot of text on there or a lot of pictures in different places, it's not going to stack. Like it's not going to look as user-friendly on a phone as it would on your screen. So what I'm going to do today is show you a few hacks to make things look great in either place, and make your own custom page that's not using Canva code, but using a little bit of code, but mostly just adding things step by step. So if anyone has any questions along the way, please do me a solid and go ahead and shoot me in the chat or in the Q&A, and I'll try and keep an eye on that while I'm doing this here. So we're going to go over to our custom pages, and we're going to make a new page. So like I said, anytime you make a new page, and a good source is that first YouTube video I showed you, you're going to make your page's title and you're going to make a category. Either of these two things, either your page or the category, can be in your custom navigation. If you do 5 pages with the same category, you can put that category as a drop down in your navigation on your website. But for this, we're just going to kind of build one and show you some of these hacks. So this is going to be others. It's going to be my buyer's guide. My buyer's guide. And my category might just be buyer's guide. So if you already had a category, you can choose it, or you can create a new one. Okay, great. Now, the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to put like, I'm thinking I want a nice like header photo on my page. So if I go ahead and I upload a photo, and I just made this photo on Canva. And I save it. And I save this page. I want to show you what happens. So if you go here to the link, why? Oh, let's go back one. I keep forgetting I'm a company admin on this. I need to choose a website to put this on. That's not going to work. Let's try this here. That's me. Let's make a new one. I'm sorry. I had it on no website at all. Okay. One more time. Buyer's guide. Take the apostrophe out. Buyer's guide. Okay. And then I'm going to put that picture in again. You see how the picture is kind of long and skinny? So I want it to go across the top. What size should the photo be? It can really be any size you want without it being too large. So this one in particular is about, I choose like a banner in Canva to make like a banner. And so it kind of automatically did this. This is an okay size, 17, 18 by 500, 16 by whatever. You don't want it, probably you don't want your pixels more than 2000 in any direction. If you do that, a lot of times it's just too big and it won't take it. And it will tell you, hey, your image is too large, knock it down. But this should work okay. What did I do? It's not saving. Well, hang on just a sec. I have been in and out of like 6 different people's maybe course sites today. So I think it's mad at me and I'm just going to do a quick refresh. Bear with me a second. Which screen? Use. All right. Let's fix that. All right. Let's try this again. We are going to upload our picture. Save it. Okay. So I'm going to save this and I want to show you what it looks like when, oh shoot, I made two with the same thing. That's probably why it was mad at me. This one is today's. I'm going to edit it so we remember. Because FYI, when you're making a custom page, whatever you're titling it, your URL is going to be the title. It's, you know, your URL / the title. And so if you make two with the same title, your system's going to get confused. So I'm going to save that guy. Find it here. Heather Spires guy. Okay. So when you go to the page, you see what I'm saying? Do you see what happened here? It shoved it all the way down, and I don't like that. I want it to be the same size, long and skinny, as I decided that as I put in to begin with. So we're going to go back here, and to fix that, what you're going to do is you're going to actually, let's do this first. This is the document that we're going to go over, and I'm going to share this with you guys. I'm going to put this in the chat for you, and this will be on the YouTube, so you guys can grab this in the YouTube description. But right here, this is number 2, actually. Make your pictures dynamically correct. So no matter what size your screen is, it's not going to warp your picture around. And all you have to do is when you add a picture, you need to change the height to auto. And what that does is it tells the code, hey, when this picture is being looked at in something tiny or something big or something whatever, I'm going to automatically change it so that it doesn't warp it, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go back here. And so instead of having the height of 500, we're going to change the height. It's the height, isn't it? Yeah, the height. We're going to change the height to just say auto and save it. Now, if we do that, it should fix it. And I might have to flush my cache if it's not. No, but it did. See, it fixed it. So now, no matter how big or how small I make this, it's going to stay correct, if that makes sense. Everybody here. All right, cool. So then what we're going to do is we are going to go to another hack that I think is important. And this one is making Google happy, which everybody wants to do. Oh, I got a question. Let's see what it is. Can you utilize function in Canva to help set up photos for the website? Well, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like if you go to Canva and you make a bunch of stuff in Canva, it actually will resize, but it's going to resize within the frame that it's in. So all the stuff you put on there, whether it be a picture and then some text and then a button and then whatever, it's all going to go. And so what kind of happens is your text doesn't end up looking that great anymore because it'll be like teeny tiny and we'll be able to see it. Okay. That answered your question, Jennifer. Okay, so what I also found out from our developers is that Google likes it when you put in a picture to tell it what's in the picture for people that are blind. And if you, the more you do this, the more Google thinks that you're a really nice guy, and the more it helps your Google standing or whatever. It's a little difficult to do with code though. And so they gave me this particular piece of code. This piece of code has this part in it that basically tells Google that it's a picture, but it doesn't tell them what's in it, but it tells them that it's a picture so that it makes Google happy, I guess, that you're telling it that there's something there. Or I think it tells them it's a graphic, basically, instead of a picture that you can't really explain. And so therefore we're trying, but we can't tell you what it is. And so it's more generic, but it makes Google happier. The other thing this piece of code does is it puts a little padding on the bottom of your picture, because if I start putting text in here, it's kind of shove it up next to it, and we want to have a little bit of space. Can you pad a video too? Yes, and I will get to that. Okay, so the other thing we're going to do here is we are going to, so do you remember, let's go back to my buyer's guide, edit, and this is the code for that picture. So instead of doing this code, what we want to do is we want to take this. This is the link for the picture we put in. So I'm going to copy that link. And in this piece of code here, we're going to put it where it says image link. So now we still have the same width, and you can go back to whatever your width was. Remember how the height is auto? You can take that instead and put it here. And it's going to do the same thing. It's going to look the same, but it's going to put a little bit of padding on it, and it's also going to make Google happy. Okay, so now we've got this. Do you see how like the, let's go over here. Now, when we try and go to the next line, it leaves this little bit of padding. So then I'm going to put in some text. And my text is going to say something like this. Now, the other, let me see what happens when I do this. So if you can see this did a bunch of stuff. Like it told you what I did was I copied and pasted the text over from this document that I've got my buyer's guide information for. And the problem with doing that is that it does a lot of stuff. It puts a lot, whenever you copy and paste text over, I learned it puts a lot of extra junk in here, if that makes sense. This is confusing to me, Andrew says. When using a Canva design, it would be helpful to identify the design so we can learn by copying what you're doing. I'm not doing any Canva designs when I'm using this at all. I'm trying to show you how to do this without using Canva. I made that picture in Canva, but I just downloaded it as a JPEG, not as a Canva design. Like you get a picture off of anything, as long as it's a JPEG or a PNG or something like that. So I'm trying to do this without Canva so that you don't run into that problem that I was talking about before. But yes, if you want to watch the other YouTube video that does talk about how to do it with Canva, you can definitely do that. Okay. So one way to make your code not be so codey is you can put this is a little trick I learned. It's not in my hacks page, but it's something I learned was that you can take it and you can put it in the bar here. And then basically what that does is your search bar. You're not going to search for it, but it strips everything out. It strips out all of, the word I'm looking for, all of the formatting basically. So it makes your code super simple to work with. So I'm going to go back and erase this and just add it in again. And now you can see that, you see how it's much simpler. The code is like completely shortened up. And this will just help. The more simple your code is, the more it helps your page load faster and do all that stuff. So then I'm going to save it. And now let's say that I want to put in a video. So the same thing, the way that you embed a video is you want to have it on YouTube. Let's find a buyer's guide video. We'll use this guy's video. Let's try it. I don't know who this person is, but we'll do it. So whenever you're putting a video in, you're going to want to go to share, and you want to get the embed code. And this is the embed code that you want to put in to kvCore. So now I'm going to go to my code and just add the embed code. I'm going to save it. Now I'm going to save this and I'm going to show you what it looks like now. It looks like this. But I don't like that it's all the way over the side. I don't like that there's all this white space here. I don't like it at all. And I want to fix that. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go to my next hack, which is this right here. This will do two different things. It's going to make it bigger and responsive, and it's also going to pad it. So I'm going to take this code right here, and I'm going to go back to my kvCore, go back to my page. Oh, it's the wrong page. And go back to my code. And right before my iframe, I'm going to put in that code. So it's gonna pad it, and it's going to make it responsive. So I'm gonna hit save. Now, when we go to it, it should do that. See, it looks better. Then I want to put some more information on underneath it. I'll go back and I'll close all these down before I start messing things up. Edit. I'm gonna put the rest of my information that I wanted on here, which is this. And again, this is right. I'm going to put this again in here and get all the formatting out. Copy it. Now, when I do that, you'll notice it took out all of it. So it took out all of the formatting. So I'm just going to put the numbers back in. And we're going to get him to stop talking because he's annoying me. Where am I at here? Get pre-approved, V2. And I might want to put 3, enter 4. Text. 7. Yes. That was not one. Okay. So now we have all of this information. I'm going to save it. Let's have a look at what it looks like now. Oh, that's not good. Put too much space in between. See, it can be finicky this way. So it's always good to have a look at what you did and fix it up. So I actually put some spaces in there, but I didn't really need to because it will add it like I told it to with that padding text. Huh. It's still mad at me. I did this thing again. Okay. Well, let's check on it again. This guy. Edit. This point, I might want to look at my code and see. Ooh, you know what it's doing? Look at this. I didn't know. It's putting that code in, that padding code in between every single one. This is why you shouldn't mess with code. It's like, why is it doing that? That's so weird. Maybe to not do that, you I don't know why it did that, to be honest with you, but maybe put that responsive code in after you put in all of your other stuff. Okay, let's see if that fixes it. It gave it extra padding, basically. I don't know why it did that. Because I'm not a coder, like I told you. You might have to play with this stuff to make it work. There it is. Now we need to get lines in there. I think you have to put a page break in. Matt, you're right. I think you have to put a page break in. Edit. This works. I will put it in my. It worked. Okay. Okay. So let's put this in our custom pages. So let's put this down here. This, and I'll format this later, be number 6. Add a line break. There you go. You want to put that in between when you're going underneath. Fixed it. Okay. Last but not least, no, second to last but not least, we're going to use this guy right here. This guy is if you want to make a button on your site. So let's go back to my recruiting page. No, my buyer's guide. And maybe at the end of all of this, you want to put a button that says, you want a button that says, start searching homes now. So you can go to your code. Actually, I'm going to put another break in just for make sure. And then I'm going to go back to my custom code and I'm going to put this in. Now, before we do it in, we need to know a couple of things. We need to know where the button is going and what the button is saying. So the button might say search homes now. And the link might be to my search page on kvCORE. Or it could be to a squeeze page of homes that you think are curated for whatever. It could be, let's just do only single family. Maybe you just only want single family homes. Or maybe you want to make a squeeze page. I'm not going to make a squeeze page because I have to get out of where I'm at. But I'm just going to use this as the link. So where did I go? I put the link here. And search homes now. And copy it. And add it to your code. And save it. And I know it looks like that there, but when you get to look at it on here, search homes now, which will go to the page I told it to. So now the very last thing we're going to do is maybe, let's see, where did it go? Let's take all this stuff out here. Maybe you're cool with that because you want people to be able to even put their search in here, but maybe you want all this gunk to go away on the side and you just want to take up the whole page. You can do that by adding this code right here to the front of all the other code you put in. So I'm going to go back to here and edit it and go to my code. And before we do anything else, at the very front, we're going to stick that code in and save it. And save it. And fingers crossed, because sometimes this works and sometimes it's finicky. It will take out, it didn't work. Let's see why. Here it works. So what I did is I put another break in between that code right there. I put an extra break in before between. I did la la la. I put this right after this, between this and the beginning of the whole thing. I don't know why. Again, I'm not a coder. Sometimes it fixes it, but it did fix it. So now we've got the home buyer's guide. We've got what we want it to say, got all this, and we have a search button as well. So that's kind of how you make your own prettier page that's not based on Canva, that will be dynamic no matter, if you think about it, like how big. You see how the text will change. Like that won't happen on Canva. If you did a Canva embed code, it's not going to do that. It's just going to take the whole thing and with all the pictures and everything and change it instead of making it correct that way. All right. We did it. So like I said, you guys can go in and grab this code, grab this stuff. I'm going to go back and change this a little bit so I put the stuff in here and you really don't want to do that. You want to have this here. So this will be the image link here. And you'd want to change this right here, right? To whatever your pixel width is, and then keep it at auto here. So Matt wants to know, what other things have you inserted in a custom page, other videos, other than the 2 you gave us earlier? That's really all. I haven't really done much else besides that. Besides that at all, to be real honest with you, no, Matt. I have done, like, if you watch the Canva one, there's all sorts of things you can do, and you can take the Canva code and put it in. It's just it's not as dynamic as that goes. I've never tried to put Google Maps in. The one thing I actually have put in is I have, and I can put this, I can give you that, is I've embedded a Google form into a custom page. You can do that. I better remember correct that. And I did a whole right here, putting a Google form into your custom page. So I'll put that in there as well. Google Maps. Yeah, I don't, I mean, I'm sure there's probably embed code for Google Maps. Right here. Let's try it. So go to Google Maps. Let's go to go to my old condo in San Francisco. That if only I would have sold, I'd be a millionaire right now, but I did and I'm not. Okay, so share, embed. Ooh. What did I just do? Embed, copy HTML. Let's go back to here. Save. Ooh, look there, there's a map. Let's see what happens when we actually, this is exciting. Go here. Yeah. Ooh, put in a little interactive map. That's very cool. Yeah, basically, like, anything that gives you HTML code, you can stick in here. So if anyone else has any other ideas, let me know and we can give it a try. But this would be really good if you're doing a page about, your listing and you want to have the map of your listing be right there, or something like that, or you're doing a custom page about a specific neighborhood and you could have that neighborhood map embedded. That'd be very neat to do. That's pretty cool. Yeah, neighborhood custom pages, exactly, Matt. All right. Well, does anyone have any questions first about what we did here? And then if not, I can open it up to all sorts of other questions that you might have. Anybody? Okay. Okay, well then we can go with questions on KV Core in general. Anybody have any of those? Anybody? You're making it easy for me today, huh? Ah, we got one. Your favicon question. I actually sent that into 2 different people, Matt, and I did not get an answer back yet. I will ping them again after I get off. But nobody seemed to know the answer to that. I'm pretty sure you can't, but I will follow up on it and get back to you on that. Anybody else? No? All right, cool. Oh, you're very welcome, Matt. Well, it was good to see everybody. Oh, I got one. Our Remax site only allows for one custom page and then a category. So I make the custom buyer seller to fit. Larry, I am going to let you talk to me. Where are you at? Go ahead, Larry. If you want to unmute yourself and explain, because I'm not sure exactly what you're saying.
Okay, this is Larry's wife, Ann. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, the Remax site only allows one custom page, and I made it a search page, and then one category page. So I called it buyer/seller to fit the buyer stuff on top. Then I put in my blog, my reviews, blah, blah. Then I put in S for seller, seller guide, seller information on other things. So I have a long page, but we can't make any other custom pages, just the one original custom, which is my search page, which also has my Google Maps in it. They're Google Interactive Maps and information. And then this other thing, and you guys can make so many pages. You know, I can't put my,
That doesn't sound right to me. What is your, because I just did a Remax. I'm the head of Done For You services, and we make custom pages for people all the time. And I made like 6 for a Remax agent before. So that doesn't make any sense to me that you can't do that. What is your,
well, I have 11 pages, but I can't put them up where I want to put them. Okay, just look up larrybrostek.remax.com and you'll see. I mean, it's a big site, but you know.
hang on a second. Let me have a look. BRZOSTEK.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's your site. So you put everything under one thing is what you're saying?
Because I can't put it anywhere else. They won't let me make any more pages, as far as I know.
Okay, so I think we're not talking the same language. So these are all pages. So you can make as many pages as you want. You won't.
Oh, okay, but navigation, I'm sorry.
It won't let you make another category, or it won't let you put a second category into your navigation.
It won't let me put something else in my navigation.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes different, but it also shouldn't be that way. Let's check it out. Pages. So there, I put 3 in here. Categories.
But how did you get another one?
I just clicked here and I just clicked it and it added it. So now there's like 3 in here.
Okay, but that's under select categories for navigation.
Or select pages for navigation. Either way, you can have a page or a category show up. So right now you have home search and buyers and sellers. I'm sorry. Excuse me. So this is a page. See, it doesn't have a drop down, and this is a category. So either way, you can add as many as you want. Now, I'm going to caution you against adding a ton, because then it gets really messy up here.
I just want to add buyers and sellers, you know, separate.
Yeah. So if you go to your website and we go to your custom pages, and then you do, so this would be what, buyers, right?
Yes.
Okay. So do you not want me to do this? I won't do it if you don't want me to.
Buyer's guide could go into buyers, and then I'll move the other one around. Okay, I just need to know how to get there. I just need to know that, okay, go into custom pages. Then I go in and I'll just change the categories, right?
Right, you just change the category to what you want and then add. So right now you have a category of buyer sellers, you have a category of home search, and you have a category of, I guess that's it.
But
The other one
just
probably
how to
was-
get to, could you just let me write down how to do the navigation part? I mean,
Yes. So once you make the change here, any categories that you have here will show up. So then you'll go to your Web and IDX website manager. And if you click edit settings, then on the left-hand side, you have custom navigation and click on that guy. And then just scroll down to right here. You can choose these are all the different pages you have you could choose for your navigation, or these are the categories. So you saw that you had a category of home search. I think this is pulling from broker, but yeah, you could add that if you wanted to.
That's already,
But-
and that's its own page already.
Well, it's its own page, but it's also its own category.
Oh, okay,
Because you had to give it a category and you gave it a category of home search.
okay.
So that's why, like, if you go back to, you see home search, you gave it a category of home search as
Right.
well. You did the same. So that's why home search is showing up in your categories, because it's also a category. So if you change one of these to buyers and a bunch of them to sellers, guide or seller, whatever, those would show up as categories and you could choose those to add to your custom navigation.
Okay, all right, thank you so much. I just didn't know how to do that.
Cool. I like it when we can fix things easy.
That's very easy, thank you.
Yeah.
And an extra little clue, our IT guy told me years ago, if you take everything that you pick, everything that you get off the internet and you put it in Notepad, it will clean it.
Oh, that probably would work also. Yeah, my
You
guy
know?
just said put it in the bar, but yeah, you could probably put it in Notepad as well, because it probably would remove, Notepad doesn't have any formatting, so you're right, that would be the exact same
And then you
thing.
can save it.
Nice. Okay, that is also smart. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. All right, guys. Anybody else have any questions, comments, thoughts, muses? Otherwise, I will go eat lunch, but I'm happy to answer anything if we've got a little time left. All right, cool. Well, everybody, I hope you have a great rest of your day and a wonderful week. Enjoy your spring, and we'll see you next week. Take care, guys. Have a good one.